Hello, hello. How is everybody tonight? Sorry, the live stream's a day behind. Oh, we already got a super chat. Hey, Olivia, thank you for the 5. I have to say something nice before I can start trolling. Hi, Sam, nice hair. Thanks, Olivia. I was actually planning to get a haircut today, so I didn't get a chance to, but yeah. How is everybody tonight? And I start coughing. Hello, hello, Ashley, hello, Historic Kid, hello, Henry, hello. How is everybody? Henry Smith, hey Sam, sorry for being missing the last live stream, but here's a video idea. Do the Chinese ferry Eastern Star. Suck in 2015, 12 lived. I have school tomorrow, 7th grade. What is your favorite sport? Oh, my sports. I'll take a look at that boat. My sports tend to vary. I'm not a diehard sports fan. Sometimes I'll watch football if it's on, but I'm not a diehard fan or anything. When I was younger, I liked riding dirt bikes. But yeah, my interests tend to vary from time to time. But there's not one sport that I'm a diehard fan of. And okay, whoa. I can't keep up. All right, we got to do slow-mo, guys. Sorry. We're going to set it for 30 seconds for now. We'll see how that plays out. 68 already. Wow. Hello, Tree Bark Productions. Welcome to the stream. Maritime History. Welcome, man. I wasn't sure if I was going to see you where it's Monday. Hello, Historic Travels. Hello, Maritime History. Do you know if the Mushai, sister of the Yamato, broke in two while it was sinking or once it disappeared beneath the ocean? I tend to believe that it broke in two after it sank. I don't know. Do you? To be honest, I don't know that much about it. I'm assuming that the Yamato that you're talking about, I saw a clip, and I'm not sure what movie it's from. Maybe were the Yamatos used in Midway? I'm not sure. But I saw a video of a Yamato sinking. I don't know anything about it, you know. But in the movie clip I saw, the ship rolled over upside down, then exploded, and like kind of did a V-break kind of thing, but upside down. So honestly, I don't know. I'd have to research it. I would have to research it. Gordon, welcome to the stream. I see you. Jesse, could you do a what if video? What if the Titanic had no lifeboats? Good grief. What if the Titanic had no lifeboats? Huh. I actually really like that idea. I really like that. That'd be of some major hypothesizing, but I like it. What if the Titanic had no lifeboats? All right, it's on the list. I really like that idea. I super do. Let's see. Sasaki, everyone would die. I don't think everybody would die. There would definitely be a higher loss of life, but my initial thought, my initial idea is that maybe they would put more effort into building rafts, out of doors or whatever like that. I mean, there are things you could do. It would definitely be a greater loss of life, and I don't know if 700 people would survive, but you would be able to save some people, and I'd say at least a few hundred at the very minimum, but who knows? I'd have to think about it. Regardless, it's a good video. Matthew Turner, 10. Thank you so much. Matt Turner says, hey, Sam, this is my first time catching you live. Welcome to the stream, my friend. And I wanted to say I've really enjoyed your content. Question, were third-class passengers barred from escaping like how it was seen in the 1997 film? No, they were not. So here's the thing you have to remember. The way the Titanic was laid out, the Titanic, where this was 1912, was very heavily based with its class system. The first class had their space, second class had space, third class had space. And where the third class were, they weren't allowed in the areas where the lifeboats were. Now, that wasn't the White Star trying to be like, oh, third class isn't important or anything. It's just, that's how they designed the ship. I honestly believe it was more or less of an oversight maybe kind of thing, just because they didn't think that, they thought in a situation where a ship would go down, they would have more than enough time to move the third class up to the boat deck and get them on a lifeboat, because before the Titanic went down, the closest comparison ship that they had to reference a sinking has to do with the RMS Republic. It sunk a few years before Titanic, and it didn't have enough lifeboats, just like Titanic did. But I forget how long it took the Republic to sink, but it was a very, very long time. I think 10 hours, maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know it was something ridiculous. But they didn't have enough lifeboats, but they were able to use the lifeboats as their original purpose to ferry people from one ship to another. So that's basically what happened. The third class were kept in the lower sections of the ship. That's where their cabins were. But the White Star Line planned to just bring them up to the deck. And, they thought that they would have another ship arrive at Titanic and ferry them. But the way they mustered the third class wasn't the best that night. I talked about that in my video on how to survive the Titanic. They didn't do a good job with that. And the biggest problem was the third class just didn't know where they needed to go. They didn't know what was going on. A lot of them didn't speak English. There was more of a communication problem than anything, and it took them longer to get where they needed to be. That's why a good number of the third class lost their lives, and the fact that they weren't familiar with the part of the ship where the lifeboats were. So, and while I was talking, we got a ton of super chats. Language barrier, exactly, Maritime. I gotta scroll back here. But great question, Matthew. Great. Titanic Lover 5, thank you so much. Why did it take 40 years for ships to be? Wait, what? Why did it take 40 years for ships to beat the? I'm not sure what you're trying to ask there, Titanic Lover. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say there. But thank you for the 5. JG3, thank you so much for the 5. Hi, Sam. Would the Titanic still have hit the iceberg if she wasn't delayed in Southampton when the New York got loose? That's an interesting question. Would the whole delay with the New York have caused the Titanic to miss the iceberg? Possible. You know, it all depends on how fast the iceberg was drifting in the Labrador Current. But that's one of those things. You know, the New York delay did delay the Titanic a little bit, but who's to say? Who's to say? You know, it's possible. You know, it's possible if the Titanic had steamed out of Southampton right at its appropriate time, the Titanic could have been sailing along, the iceberg was right here, and they would have just went right past each other, and that would have been it. But because of that delay, it gave the iceberg a little bit more time to drift and allowed the Titanic to hit it. That's a very interesting question that I'd have to analyze a little bit more. How long was the Titanic delayed in Southampton from that? Was it an hour? I can't remember exactly. But that might make an interesting video. Could the Titanic have missed the iceberg if one of these things had been different? Interesting idea, JG3. Thank you for the 5. Cold Night, welcome to the stream. Fun fact, oh gosh. Fun fact, the reason the Tupperware was named as such is because after 2 weeks of searching for lids, you will wonder Tupperware. Ha ha, Cold Night. You got me. You got me with that Tupperware joke last week, but not tonight. Not tonight. Ha ha ha. Very funny. Hey, Cold, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. SS Poseidon. I had ramen for dinner, and it was like there was something stuck in my tooth. SS Poseidon 5, thank you so much. Has a ship ever went under the water while the propeller's spinning, maybe making a whirlpool? I don't know of any off the top of my head, but maybe some of you in the chat could know, because I think the closest one that I could think of, there was a ship that I was unaware of until recently. I think it was a battleship, and it sunk vertical. So so it's in the seafloor, but it's sticking up out of the water like this. So it's like it looks like a giant building sticking up out of the water. And somebody told me that it was moving forward when it went down, and it dropped so fast. And when it hit the seafloor and was like this, the propellers were still spinning. So the engine room hadn't flooded yet by the time the ship had hit the bottom. So maybe that one. I don't remember what it's called. But somebody mentioned it to me, and I did look it up. I just cannot remember what that ship is called. Anybody in the chat know that? Please let me know. Please let me know about that. I'm definitely curious. Olivia 5, thank you so much. Was there really a guy with a trumpet that announced dinner like in the movie? I've actually never thought about that. I would assume so, because James, hang on. Did Titanic's crew blow trumpets for dinner? I've never even thought about that before. Blowing a trumpet, let's see, Perry and Fletcher was the dinner. I'd have to research this a little bit, but that is something I have never thought of, Olivia. I really haven't. But I assume that would be a good way to let everybody know that dinner was served. I'd have to research that. Great idea, Olivia. I'm going to research that, and that'll be a video topic. Thank you for the 5, Olivia. I will definitely be looking into that. Titanic Lover 5, thank you so much. I'm talking about the SS Great Eastern because it took 40 years for the ship to beat its side. Oh, the paddle wheel steamers. I could not catch on to what you were talking about. Let's see, the paddle wheel. SS Great Eastern. Let me do a double check here. SS Great Eastern. Well, I know that initially, as far as propellers, like paddle wheel steamers, were how they did things pre-propeller, like the dawn of the steam engine. But what was your question initially? I'd have to go back and look at it. Why did it take 40 years for ships to beat out the paddle wheel steam? Honestly, this is just a guess. I'd have to research it a little bit. But I think it was, they hadn't messed with propellers that much yet. paddle wheel steamers were tried and true, and maybe it just took time for technology to develop, you know, so everything, I mean, like I said, I'm just guessing, I'm just spitballing here. I'd have to research it. But that would be my best guess, is that paddle wheel steamers were tried and true. They knew they were going to work. And when people have something that works, they have a tendency to go by the rule of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But was it the Great Eastern where there was a ship, it was a paddle wheel steamer, and it was in very rough weather, and the ship was rocking back and forth, back and forth. And then if the ship rolled so far over, half of the one side of the paddle wheel was out and it was spinning wildly in the water. It was very inefficient. The ship wasn't making a lot of headway. Was it the Great Eastern? But I remember hearing something about that. And then that's when they started experimenting with other methods of propulsion. Maybe was that what clued them in? I'm just spitballing here. This is just a distant memory because I don't know much about paddle wheel steamers. But I'd have to research it, but great idea. I think it's probably just technology. A little bit of everything I said. Does that make sense, Titanic lover? Thank you for the 5. Super appreciate you. Technology, and if it ain't broke, you know. Let's see. We got that one. We got that one. I got to catch up here. Holy moly, so many. We got that one. We got that one. Okay, there we go. Michael, 5. Thank you so much. Hey, Sam. Hope all is well. If you had to choose, what is your favorite video of your... Oh, my favorite video that... My favorite video that I have ever made personally. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'm a big fan of the last one that I made, you know, as far as the, aft grand staircase. I really like that one. My first big hit was the grand staircase video. That's the one that really got me, my channel going. My most popular video by far is the could anybody have been alive inside the Titanic after the ship went down? That video just hit 1 million views, which is just like mind-blowing to me. You know something? I'd have to think about that. I really like my complete timeline series because when I was doing my complete timeline on the Titanic, when I started that video, I did not plan to do that. I was trying to get a complete Titanic video that's like 20 minutes long for the Titanic's 109th anniversary. That was my plan. But then as I was filming it, I'm like, there is no way I can get everything I want to say about the Titanic in a 20-minute video. There's just no way I can do that. So then I started branching out and turning it into a series. That timeline series did not start off as a timeline series. It was going to be one episode. But hey, look what it turned into. So I'd have to say I think my Titanic complete timeline is probably one of the videos I'm most proud of. My Olympic timeline, I'm proud of that one. What about the one, do you guys like the one where I'm talking about the Jack Grimm expedition to find Titanic and I'm sitting there with my violin acting like it's a guitar? I like that one too. They all vary, you know, they all vary. It's the artist in me is being like, when I go back and look on my old videos, I'm always finding things I could do better. Like I could do that, I could do that. Like, what's that saying? Like an artist, like a doctor is the worst patient. Let's go with that. So I feel like that with my content. So it varies, but I like most of my videos. I've only ever canceled one video. And I decided to scrap it. It's still on my computer, but I wasn't happy with it at all. Thank you for the 5. Super appreciate you, Michael. Sean, 5. Thank you so much. There is a replica Titanic anchor on display near me in Netherlands, England, made by N. Hengley and Sons. It's enormous. Also fitted to Olympic, I'm assuming, and the Britannic. That's super cool. I didn't know that they made a For those of you who don't know, I had COVID 2 weeks ago. I'm vaccinated and all that, but I've had a cough ever since. It's just a slow, steady cough whenever I talk a lot. So if I cough, that's why. But I didn't know that they made a replica of the Titanic's anchor. That's super cool. When I make it over there, I'm definitely going to check that out. Thank you so much for the 5, Sean. Cat, 5. Thank you so much. No question, though. I wish you would have asked a question, Cat. But hey, thank you for the support. Sorry, guys. I need something. Wow, I just can't stop coughing tonight. Uncover the news, 5. Thank you so much. Video idea. On January 30th, 1945, an estimated 9,340 people died when the Nazi liner Wilhelm Gustloff was torpedoing the Baltic Sea. Believe it or not, Uncover the news, I made a video about the Wilhelm Gustloff a year ago, actually. Yeah, because we just passed the... when was the anniversary? I know we just had the anniversary. At least I'm fairly certain it just came by. Hang on a second. I forget when it was. When was the sinking of the Will Gustloff? I know we just passed that anniversary. I forgot. January 30th, 1940. So it was yesterday. Yeah. Oh, you said it there. January 30th, 1945. You just said it. But yeah, I made a video for the anniversary last year. So I've already covered the Wilhelm Gustloff and I talked about it. And that is the worst maritime disaster in history in terms of loss of life. I mean, what happened to the Gustloff is just, I can't even imagine being on a ship like that with that many people. And I mean, more people died on the Gustloff than the Titanic, the Lusitania, like all of these ships. Like think of all of these shipwrecks throughout history and how many people died on them, and add them all together, and you wouldn't add up as many people that died on the Gustloff. How many people died on the Doña Paz? Because I think if you add them to Titanic and Lusitania, you still wouldn't hit the Gustloff's number. And a ton of people died on the Doña Paz. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I cannot believe what happened to the Wilhelm Gustloff. Insane, insane, insane. Thank you for the 5. Super appreciate you. Uncover the news. 8 and 5. Thank you so much. Have you ever heard of the steamboat Sultan in 1865? Such a weird and horrific story. People have mentioned the Sultan to me many times on this channel. I haven't gotten a chance to make a video about it or really research it yet, but people have mentioned it to me before. Thank you so much for the 5, Aiden. Black November 8. What is your favorite and least favorite scene in the James Cameron Titanic? Oh, that's a tough one. You know, as far as my most favorite scene, you'll probably think this sounds really corny. But my favorite scene in the James Cameron film is the last shot, you know, like after old Rose passes away and her soul travels back to the Titanic, and you see the Titanic as it is in its wrecked form, and then it just comes to life. And, you know, it's just the beauty comes back. All the people are there, you know, to welcome Rose back on board the Titanic. Jack's there. And just all the little details. Like if you pay attention to the grand staircase clock in that scene, it's on 2:20. Like the clock is stopped at 2:20. Like that is just so cool to me. Like just all the little details that James Cameron put into that is just, oh, like that. I love that. And as far as my least favorite shot, I really don't know if I have one. I know that at the beginning of the movie, when the ROV is going through the wreck, when I was a kid, that shot of the doll head with its missing eyes and everything, that scared me as a kid. Maybe that could count. I don't know. I've never thought about it. But I hope I answered your question, Black November. Thank you for the 8. Super appreciate you. Got that one. We got that one. Charmed, 2. Thank you so much. Hi, Sam. Is there any way to raise the bow section? No. Not really, no. If the thing is, the Titanic's hull is being eaten by a bacteria that is known as rusticles, and they're all over the wreck. If they tried to raise the entire bow section, it would just fall apart. You know, if they were to try to raise any part of the Titanic at all, I do think the very tip of the bow, you know, maybe as far aft as the forward well deck, I believe that's as much. Because this chunk of the ship seems like it's in pretty good condition. So maybe this amount, like just this right here, maybe that could make it up. But at the same time, you're destroying the wreck, you know. And you got to remember, the wreck of the Titanic is a tomb, so it should be treated as such. I've made videos in the past talking about where I stand on recovering artifacts from it. And because we're losing the Titanic, I'm more pro to save artifacts from the ship because that keeps the story and the memory of those who were there alive. But I also think that the ship itself is a tomb, and we do need to respect it, you know? So I am against them trying to cut off a piece of the Titanic's hull and bring it up, you know? Like, I'm talking a major chunk, like the bow or something like that. They brought up that big piece, which is a big segment of the Titanic's hull, and I'm completely okay with that. You know, that was a piece that was thrown away from the ship and all that, and I'm perfectly fine with them recovering that. That's super cool. But I have a piece of that, actually. I have a piece of the big piece here in my house. But you get what I'm saying. I don't think that they should. I don't think they should remove any huge sections from the ship itself. Great question, Charmed. Cold Night 10. Thank you so much. Wait, hang on a second. Hold on. Wait, what just happened here? I am so far behind, guys. I'm so sorry. I gotta speed up on these chat responses. I am so behind. Cold Night 10. Can you possibly do a video on Brownie Wise? They were supposedly a first-class passenger that survived the sinking of the Titanic and partook in the Titanic congressional hearing. Brownie Wise. I'm not familiar. Hang on a second. Let me do a copy and paste. Let me do the quick a little Google foo, as Hank from Breaking Bad would say. Breaking Bad is like one of my all-time favorite shows. Brownie Wise, Titanic. Hang on a second. Brownie wise, let's see. Darn you. Darn you, cat. You got me. I cannot believe you. Okay. You got me. I was suspicious as soon as, well, there's not the name Tupper in there, but May 25th, 1913, as soon as I saw the date she was born, I'm like, wait a minute. You got, dang it. You're never going to let me live that down now. All right. I applaud you. You got me. You got me, cat. You got me. Good job. I'm going to be suspicious of you from now on, okay? Like I've always been suspicious of Olivia, but I'm getting more suspicious of you from now on, cat. I mean, come on. I cannot believe you got me. And I was about, all right, you know what? All right, we'll see. I know you're a member of my Discord. We'll see. Payback is coming. Oh, boom. Right after cat, it's Olivia. Olivia 5, Green Grand Staircase. Okay. I mean, okay, Olivia, I respect your opinion, but I respectfully disagree. Okay. Oh, both of you. Oh, good grief. You all get me. JG35, thank you so much. If you really think about it, the reason so many people died is because of the coal strike and people getting transferred from other ships. Huh. It is true that there was a coal, for those of you who don't know, there was a coal strike at the time that the Titanic was sailing, and the White Star Line had to cancel sailings from other ships, and they wanted to transfer the coal. They needed the coal from other ships in order to get the Titanic going. They did not want the Titanic on its maiden voyage to be delayed from a coal strike. So they transferred coal and passengers from other ships and put them on Titanic. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Eva Hart one of those? Eva Hart and her family, as she was transferred to the Titanic from another ship, I believe a French liner. I'd have to double check, but that's what I'm like 90% certain that's accurate. But yeah, any more people that are on board the Titanic, that's more lives that could have been lost. And you have to remember, the Titanic wasn't fully booked at the time of her sailing. So that is an accurate statement, JG3. You know, more people on board the ship, more lives that could be lost, you know, crazy. But good point. I never thought about the coal strike playing a factor in that. I mean, the Titanic's just got so many things. There's just so many things with it that affect this. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. TJ, hello from Kaito, Japan, or Koto, Kyoto, Koto, Japan. I hope I said that right. But yeah, I cannot wait to visit Japan. I have definitely wanted to visit Japan someday, TJ. TJ, let me see if I do this right. Hajini mashite, watashi wa Samo desu. Let me think. Nata no namae wa desu ka? I think I just asked what your name was. I think I did that right. I think I did. But yeah, I studied a little bit of Japanese. Kaito, maybe. Anyway, but Olivia 5, thank you so much. A donation in the name has been made to. A donation in your name has been made to the save. I am not putting my name on that. Thanks, Olivia. Thank you for the 5. Titanic Lover 5. Cool fact. Did you know the SS Great Eastern had an explosion that would tear almost any other ship of the time in half? I feel like I heard something about the Great, like you all are telling me about all these ships that I haven't studied that much, but I do remember the, hang on a second, the Great Eastern Explosion. Great Eastern Explosion. You all tell me about so many ships and so many stories, and I vaguely retain them week after week. I just don't remember all the details with everything. But the SS Great Eastern, the breakup, concern. Oh, it doesn't. She was scrapped. It looks like. Hang on a second. SS Great Eastern. What was her fate? She was scrapped in 1889. So there was a massive explosion on board. I'll have to research it. But oh, look at this. The SS Great Eastern steamed to help to take on the wire laying cable, the transatlantic telegraph cable. Interesting. So the SS Great Eastern was involved in that. I'll have to look up that explosion thing, Titanic Lover. Thank you for the 5. We got that. Ryan 10, thank you so much. This donation is to what is it with you guys? What is it with you guys and loving to make me cringe? Okay, what's he say? $10. This donation is to Scatino in hopes that he gets on. He does not deserve bail. He is no captain. Scatino is no captain. He is no captain. I've stated that many times. Ryan, thank you for the 10. Super appreciate you. Cat 2, thank you so much. Thank you. Let's see. Michael, did you know today is the 117th birthday of Eva Hart? Seriously? Hang on a second. Eva Hart, RMS Titanic. Let me see here. Born January 31st, 1905. Holy cow, you're right. Dang on, you guys are so smart. You guys teach me so much every single week. I cannot get over that. But that's so cool. Eva Hart, when did she die? She died 1996. 2, 3. So I was 5 years old when Eva Hart passed away. That's crazy. You know, it's like, and I've thought this before. I've always wanted to talk to a Titanic survivor, you know, like just to talk to them, hear their stories, because I've always been interested in history. But it's like I was born too late, you know? It's like I was born at such a late time. And even though I knew about Titanic at a time when they were still alive, by the time I got old enough, you know, I was working and, you know, it was too late for me, you know? I've talked about him before, but he was like a grandfather to me, you know? He taught me violin for 10 plus years. He was 96 years old when he passed. And listening to his stories about what life was like, because he told me he was born in 1918. He was born in 1918. And he was telling me stories about his whole life. You know, when he was a teenager, the crash of 29 happened. And then when the crash of 29, when he was a little bit older, he fought in World War II. And I mean, it's just everything he went through. I mean, it's just to talk to him and hear his stories, you know, it brings history alive. You know, it brings like you feel what they went through a lot more than when you hear about it in a movie or a book. And I will treasure those conversations because, you know, how do you learn about history from the people who experienced it? You know, it's a lot better than learning about it through a television film or documentary, which, don't get me wrong, that's fine. But you know, it makes it more real when you hear about it from people. And I wish that I would have been born a little bit sooner, so I would have been able to be old enough to talk to some of the Titanic survivors and hear their stories, you know, because I've been so interested in it. But it's crazy. You all know what I'm trying to say here. You know, it brings you closer to the story from those who were actually there, you know. I got that. And I'm getting so far behind. Oh my, okay. I got to speed through these super chats. So if I'm a little bit brief, guys, just bear with me. I'm getting so far behind. Pablo, thank you so much for the super chat. Hi, Sam from Monterrey, Mexico. How is your Spanish? Can you speak some? If you were a White Star Line employee, what position would you choose? Spanish. I know from Breaking Bad, Los Pollos Hermanos. I know that. Let's see. Hola, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know that. I don't know much Spanish at all. Sometimes just to mess with people, I would tell them I would speak another language and I would go, So I would say hello to them in French and then how are you in Spanish, just to mess with them. I'd go, bonjour, monsieur, ¿cómo estás? And they go, wait, what? And I was totally trolling them. I told you, I'm a natural jokester. So it's like I would take a combination of everything I know and just mess with people. Even when I worked at AT&T and all that, I would do stuff like that. But yeah, next to no Spanish. And parlez-vous français is the only thing I know in French. So let's see. The only language that I've actually taken time to really, really study is Japanese. Uncover the news 5. Thank you so much. Video idea. A video on the SS Arcona. It was used for the 1943 Titanic. Used 1943, sunk in May 1945. Is that the SS Capricorna? The 1943 Titanic, wasn't that Nazi propaganda film? Is that what you're talking about here? Titanic Nazi film, 1943. Let's see, the Titanic Nazi propaganda film. I'm guessing that's the only Titanic film from 1943. I've never I've never really wanted to do anything. I don't like talking about Nazi stuff. It's just, but I might have to look into that for a video topic at some point because it's Titanic based. But I don't know. I've never liked doing Nazi propaganda. I don't like it. You know, I don't like that stuff, you know. I hope I'm making sense here. But yeah, I might take a look at that at some point since it is Titanic related. Maybe I could do something like Titanic films through the ages and say in 1943, this was a film used for the Nazi propaganda machine. I could do something like that. Yeah, I could probably do that. But yeah, I've never watched it and I've never really had a desire to either. Thank you for the 5. Uncover the news. Let's see here. John 2, thank you so much. Video idea. Khayyam Ribbit going down with Titanic. Khayyam Ribbit going down with Titanic. I'm not sure who that is. That name is not familiar to me, but I will go back and look that up later, John. But thank you so much for the 2. I've got to get through some of these super chats. I'm so far behind. Bailey 10, thank you so much. #1 fan. Thank you for the sticker. I wish you would have asked the question, Bailey. Oh, sorry, I need a drink. This video is sponsored by, I'm joking, I'm totally joking. Believe it or not though, guys, I did get my first official sponsor for Historic Travels, and that video will be coming soon. And my sponsor also agreed to do a massive giveaway. So I'm about to have my second giveaway on my channel, more details coming soon. But they wanted me to review a product, which they've already sent to me. And then I was talking to them, and they agreed to do a giveaway. So we picked out a product and everything, and it's going to be just like my Titanic coat. It's not a Titanic item, but it's a very nice item. But yeah, more details on that will be coming in my next video, so stand by. But yeah, I had my first official sponsor. I cannot get over that. That's so cool. Bailey, thank you for the 10. Super appreciate you, my friend. Cat 1, thank you so much. Super appreciate you. We got that one. We got that one. Oh, Maritime History. That's so cool. Thanks so much. I'm so far behind, guys. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so far behind on these super chats. Bailey 10, thank you so much. Is this the same Bailey? Hang on, Bailey form. Why aren't you asked Bailey? Thank you so much for the 20, but ask a question. I really want to talk to you. Thank you for the 10. Cringy 5. Hey Sam, I'm sorry I can't donate a lot. Cringy, listen, don't even worry about that. Look, if you all by the time you all taking extra steps to do super chats or ask questions here and everything, like just everything you do is supporting my channel. So never feel like you have to apologize for super chat stuff or whatever. You know, anything you do is appreciated. And the fact that you all are here is also a huge support. So never apologize for not being able to donate X amount. You know what I mean? Cringy, thank you for the 5. I super appreciate you. But I can't stay long. I have a lot of algebra and chemistry homework. Good luck with that. I am terrible at math. Math is my worst subject. I just made you cringe via this. Okay. I'm not really sure what you're referring to, but Cringy, thank you for the 5. Super appreciate you. Titanic Lover 5, thank you so much. Cool fact, did you know the SS Great Eastern was used as a billboard and would occasionally ferry people to Scotland before it was scrapped? I did not. Whew, hang on a second, guys. Give me just a second. Give me just a second here. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I have heard that if you have trouble talking, if you take a spoonful of honey, that can help soothe your throat so you can talk better. But I'm sorry about that, guys. All right, Titanic Lover 5, thank you so much. Cool fact. Wow, that really did help. Holy cow, that really did help. Cool fact, did you know the SS Great Eastern was used as a billboard and would occasionally ferry people to Scotland before it was scrapped? I did not, but that's really cool. I'm definitely going to have to research the SS Great Eastern Titanic Lover, but thank you so much for the 5. Black November 15, a drowned Lusitania passenger called Francis Stebbins was recovered and later put on a ship called the Hesperin to Canada, but was attacked and sunk by U-20. The same U-boat? Are you serious? Okay, that's going on the list because I'm getting ready to start my Lusitania timeline. The first episode is going to be the next video on my channel. I'm anticipating to release that at the end of next week. But let me see here. Francis Stephens. Okay, I'm definitely going to research. He was saved, put on another boat, and the same U-boat sunk it. Holy cow. Lusitania U-20 two-time victim. I'm definitely going to research that. Black November, that was a huge help. Thank you so much for that. Oh, wow. All right. Listen, wow. You gave me something really cool to talk about in my video. Thank you so much, man. Gom 5, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, hope your day is going well. And also, I just bought On a Sea of Glass. It is the best Titanic book, correct? Also, enjoy the 5. Thank you so much, Gom. And yes, On a Sea of Glass is without a doubt the best Titanic book I have ever read. As far as I'm concerned, this book is essentially the Bible on Titanic. Anything you want to know about the Titanic is in this book, and I highly recommend it. Hopefully your copy doesn't have tea stains. But thank you so much, Gom. Super appreciate you. Thank you for the 5. I hope you enjoy the book. Cat, cold night. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to your question. Oh my gosh, you did 50. Holy cow. Cat, thank you so much. I have a legit question this time. All right, let's do this. What are your thoughts and opinions of people who visit the wreck? Robert Ballard has a documentary that basically has him saying the Titanic is an open door to looters and such. Do you feel the same way? I don't have a problem with people visiting the Titanic. I really don't. I would love to visit it myself someday, as long as they treat the wreck with dignity and respect. And when it comes to the whole thing about artifacts and stuff like that, like if they bring up something that's relatively easy to get, like, I don't know, like coal or something like that, something that's easy for them to recover, and then they can sell that and use that to help preserve the ship, that's one thing. Or what they did with the piece of the Titanic's hull that I own is they took a bunch of small segments of it and cut it up into a ton of small fragments, and then they sold those. And even that I'm all right with. Like they made an effort to make this one item easily accessible to a bunch of people. When I say it's a piece of the hull, I'm talking it's a, like if I put it in between my fingers and it would snap. I mean, I'm talking fragment. It's so small. And, that kind of stuff, if it helps preserve the wreck, I'm okay with it. Something that can be given to a lot of people. The one thing I'm not crazy about is when they go in and they take priceless stuff, stuff that you can't, like 1 in a million items. And then they put these items up for auction, because anything from Titanic, if it's a priceless family thing or like something that you will not ever find again, it sells for millions. And I don't know. I mean, like maybe if that money goes to help saving the Titanic, I mean, millions of dollars is millions of dollars you could help to preserve the wreck. But at the same time, you're taking those items away from people who would appreciate the story. Like I love them recovering artifacts to tell the story. Like they had the telegraph from the bridge at that museum I went to in Orlando. That was so cool because it made you feel like you're at the Titanic. But I don't like it that those artifacts disappear in the private. Like it's just, but the money can be used to help fund stuff in the right circumstance. I don't know. It's a very iffy topic, but that's kind of where I'm at. As long as you go in and you treat the wreck with respect, I'm okay with tourists going to go see it, but don't touch the wreck. But looting and stuff like that like let's say somebody goes in, recovers something and sells it, and that money doesn't go to like a Titanic research fund or memory or something, that I have issues with. I hope I'm making sense here. There's a lot of doors. There's a lot of layers. I hope that I'm making sense. But hey, Kat, thank you so much for the 50, or Cold Night, thank you for the 50. And I hope I was able to explain that a little bit. It's a hot button topic. You know what I mean? Bailey, 20, thank you so much. No question again, Bailey. Come on, Bailey. I would like to thank you for the support, but I would like to talk to you, man. Thank you so much for the chat, though. Super appreciate you. Wow. Seriously, guys, if you are ever doing a public speaking where you're talking to a bunch of people, taking a spoonful of honey is like, wow, that really helped my throat. Holy cow. I am talking so much better now. Holy cow. Gordon, welcome to the stream. 10, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, did you hear about the dyslexic accident insomniac? As soon as I say that, I call. He stayed awake all night wondering if there was a dog. Take care. Huh? Did you hear about the dyslexic? I honestly, Gordon, I have no clue what you're talking about. Insomniac? Like, I don't know. I'm guessing like the Delsnick, is that are those ships? I'm not familiar. I'm guessing they're White Star Line ships with the, I don't know what you're talking about, Gordon. I'd have to research those names. I'm not sure. All right. Sorry, Gordon. I don't know more detail about what you're looking into, but hey, thank you so much for the 10, and I'll come back to this question later. But thank you, Gordon. Thank you for the 10. 8 and 5, thank you so much. 3 things. Okay. 1, you're awesome. Thanks. You're awesome too. I am a distant cousin of JJ Astor and Molly Brown. Oh, seriously? JJ Astor and Molly, but they were they related? John Jacob Astor and Molly Brown, were they related, or like you had families like intermarry, like families like Mary and all that? Is that how you're related to them? I didn't know that JJ Astor and Molly Brown shared a common ancestry, but that's super cool. And 3, what's the Discord? I will post a link. I'd love to talk to you, Aiden, so be sure to join my Discord because I have a lot of questions. But I will post a new link to my Discord in the community page after this stream gets archived, Aiden. Thank you for the 5. That's so crazy. I had no idea. That's awesome. Leo 5, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, you should make a video covering the 1960 New York mid-air collision. The United DC-8 hit TWA Lockheed, killing all 128 people on both planes. Leo, I am going to start doing aviation videos at some point. The first aviation video that I'm going to cover first is the Hindenburg. That's one thing that I'm going to talk about first. But yeah, after that, I'm going to branch out into some other aviation stuff, and I'll try to get to that one eventually too, Leo. Thank you for the 5. We got that one. We got that one. We got that. Hang on. Whoa. Okay, we got that. We got that. Hold on a second, guys. Sometimes a super chat pops up and then it completely throws me off, and I have to like flip back, and I try to read every super chat in order as they come in. Pablo 50, thank you so much, or 5. If you were a White Star Airline employee, what position would you choose aboard type? I think you asked that earlier and I forgot to answer it. Captain. I'd like to be captain. I don't know. If I was growing through the ranks and stuff like that, I think like, I know that if I was young, like, just a young boy starting out, like, I don't know, 16, 17, 18, I would love to have any job if I lived back then, just to be on one of those famous ships. But then as I grew through the ranks and stuff, I think eventually I'd like to be an officer or eventually work my way up to captain. I think that would be really cool. I think that's just like my personality and everything. I'd love to do my part to help a ship cross the Atlantic. I think that would be so cool. So cool. Thomas 5, thank you so much. I recently read an article that said the Spanish flu pandemic was spread on the Olympic when it was a troop ship. This may make a good video. Seriously, the Spanish flu spread on the Olympic when it was used as a troop ship. I had no idea about that. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the list, something to research. Spanish flu on Olympic. The Spanish flu was the last pandemic to strike the world, I believe, before COVID went out. Actually, well, like massive pandemic, but I mean, there were other major ailments, throughout history. TB was very bad for a while. Polio was really bad. But as far as widespread, like COVID is today, I believe the Spanish flu was the only one in recent history that matched COVID. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate. But if anybody knows more, please let me know. But we did have others. We did have other things since then. Titanic Lover 50. Thanks so much, my friend. Holy cow. Thanks for the 50, man. Wow. Thank you. Actually, the SS Great Eastern had a propeller, but only one. And the explosion on the SS Great Eastern was big enough to blow off one of the funnels. So what caused the explosion? What was like, the SS Great Eastern is dead. People keep mentioning the SS Great Eastern, so I definitely have to do a video about that. But what was, didn't the Great Eastern have like 5 funnels? I feel like it did. Hang on a second. SS Great Eastern. Yeah, it did. It had a bunch of funnels. The SS Great Eastern, this is just such a funky designed ship. I mean, it's got all these sails and it's got, I need to research this. I really need to research this ship. This is such a funky design. But yeah, I did not know that, but I will definitely research it. And but what caused the explosion? What was going on with that? That's my big question. Thank you for the 50, Titanic Lover. Aiden 5. Actually, what happened to the staircase? I watched a documentary by James Cameron, and he said something about it floating away during the filming. So I made a video about that a long time ago, Aiden, but I think it was a little bit of a combination. So when I was first starting my channel, I really believed the grand staircase floated up and out. And honestly, to an extent, I do think it did. I think that as the ship was going down, because there's such a huge hole in the wreck today, like there's no, in the room where the grand staircase was, there's no trace of it. The staircase is just gone. And the fact that it broke up and floated out did make sense to me. However, I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. Another person, after I posted my video, because here's a tip for all of you wanting to start a YouTube channel. Before you get going and you get a following on YouTube, you have to kind of be your own self-promoter. So what I did in the beginning was anytime I made a video, I posted my video to Titanic groups on websites like Facebook. Like I'm members of Titanic groups on there. And no joke, 90% of my traffic, like people who came to my channel, came from Facebook. I mean, like that's, I can't push it enough on how important it is that when you're first trying to get going and build your audience to advertise yourself in whatever groups you're members of. Like if you're a cooking channel, advertise yourself in cooking Facebook groups, because in the beginning, YouTube doesn't know who you are. So I posted that, my video about the staircase floating up and out, because that's honestly what I thought would happen. But somebody else said that as the ship continued to go down, the staircase, parts of it may have broken up and floated out. But then as the ship went down, other fragments of it may have been broken up and thrown into the aft end sections of the ship. And that was interesting too. I'd never heard that theory before. So I think it was a combination. I think parts of the staircase floated up and out, and other parts broke up and were cast throughout the ship as the ship went down. So I think it was a little bit of both of those things that contributed to the staircase. So good question, Aiden. Olivia, 50. Holy cow, another 50. Olivia, thanks so much. Holy cow. Olivia, thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, here's some money for you to admit. Oh, Olivia, why do you do this to me? Why do you make me why do you do something amazing and then you need to make me cringe? Okay, here we go. You did 50, so I'm going to have to get through this. Olivia says, look, here's some money for you to admit you love Bright Side film. Actually, you know what? I tried to watch a Bright Side films, a Bright Side video on Titanic a few weeks ago, and everybody in my Discord can talk about this, but I no joke was screaming the entire time in Discord. I mean, I felt like just the stuff they do, the stuff they say. I'm just like, what is this? So I can't say it. I can't say it. You admire captives. I do not. I can't do it. Excuse me. You adore the green staircase. I don't. A coal fire caused the sea. What else do you say here? You want me to say the V-break, Aaron 1912. Olivia, I can't. Okay, I tried to read this whole thing, but I just can't. Thank you for the 50. I hope this is enough of a cringe for you, Olivia, but thank you for the 50. I super appreciate it, and thank you. Black November 15, thank you so much. There were 3 German stowaways on board the Lusitania who were locked in a cabin where they drowned. A man named William Pierpoint, who interrogated them, was sucked into the funnel, blown out, and lived. I did know that there were some stowaways on board the Lusitania. I did not know that they were German, but I did hear that they did have some stowaways. But I did not know that about the man who got sucked into the funnel and blown out. Holy cow! That sounds like something that happened to Lightoller. Because in case you don't know, when the Titanic was going down, Lightoller got stuck on an air vent. I forget exactly where. It was somewhere around the first funnel, I believe. And then the ship was dragging him down, and then a boiler or something inside the Titanic exploded, and a blast of hot air pushed him free. I mean, that's absolutely crazy that happened to a person on the Lusitania. And it was the funnel? It was he got sucked into the Lusitania's funnel? And what? How much force would you need to have an air bubble that big shoot up through this? Holy, I'm going to research that. Hey, Black November, thank you so much for the 15. Holy cow, that's crazy. Cringy, 5, thank you so much. When I bought the book on a sea glass, I've read it 4 times, going for 5 now. I love the book, and I don't regret buying it. Everyone needs it. Thank you so much, Cringy. Thank you for the 5. Super appreciate you. I'm so glad that all of you find so much joy with this book. I mean, I'm glad that I can bring attention to it, because this seems like I learned about this book from Tom Linsky at Part-Time Explorer, because during one of his, when he was still with THG, he did a live stream several years ago with the author of On a Sea Glass, and he had that same guy on the last live stream. But that's how I became aware of it, was Tom Linsky mentioned it. So that's how I found out about it. It was hard for me to find it. And you know what else? I told my mother that she could get this for me for Christmas. If she ever found a copy of it, this would be a good Christmas, because she always struggles finding stuff for me for Christmas. And she bought it for me, showed it to me, and said, not till Christmas. I'm like, Mom, why do you show me these things and then don't let me have it until Christmas? And then she tells me, because I don't want you to buy it for yourself. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense, but you're killing me, Ma. Hey, Ma, love you. Thank you for the book, if you're watching. Let's see here. Joseph, thank you so much. Even though the Titanic sank, do you think it handled the iceberg better than the Lusitania would? That's a big and loaded question. You know, would the Titanic have handled the iceberg different than the Lusitania? Well, I'm not an expert in this class of ship. And weren't these called the Lusitania class? I feel like they were. Somebody told me that. But didn't these ships have what was the appropriate term? Wasn't it like longitudinal bulkheads or something like that? Like, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I have no idea if I'm right about this. But I feel like I heard that the Lusitania and stuff, it had watertight bulkheads along, like, instead of going through the center of the ship like the Titanic did, like the Titanic, the Olympic, whatever, they had watertight bulkheads that stripped up from the bottom to the top, and they were like, if you're looking at the ship like this, the watertight bulkheads went through the decks. But I've heard that the Lusitania and the Mauritania had watertight bulkheads on the sides too. I cannot remember if I'm right about that. Am I right about that, guys? I'm looking at the live chat right now. Did they have that? Was that an actual thing? I'm looking at the live chat. I scroll past the super chats. I'll come back to it in a second. But did the Lusitania have those side bulkheads? I'm fairly certain it did. My great grandpa. No one's answering. Okay, I'll have to come back to that later. Oh yeah, tree bark. That's correct. Yes. I think it was the cold bark. Okay. That's what I thought. I think so. Yes. I think so. Okay, so that's the live. So that's a big question. You know, how would that have played a role in the iceberg impact? Would the iceberg have been able to get through that and into the actual compartments of the Lusitania? I'm not familiar with the class of ships. I'm not familiar with how the watertight bulkheads were laid out. I know about those side ones. I'd have to research that. I really would. But if the Lusitania had 6 watertight compartments breached, I mean, you have to remember, let's say the water was getting into the Lusitania and it was flooding in the exact same way as Titanic, you know? I mean, look how much smaller. The Lusitania is much smaller than Titanic. Let's do this. Let me arrange it like that. There we go, so you can see a little better. So the Lusitania, they're both bow to bow, and you can see the Lusitania is smaller than the Titanic. So if the Lusitania was flooding in the same way as Titanic was, I can't imagine the Lusitania being able to survive. I'd have to study the watertight bulkheads and stuff like that. But great question, and I'm definitely going to look into that for my Lusitania series. Cold Night, Cat, another 50. Holy cow. Thanks so much. Holy cow. When the Titanic sank, it carried roughly 13 jars of Hellman's mayo bound for Mexico. When she sank, it was such a major loss that the Mexican people declared a national day of mourning. May 5th, or more commonly known as Cinco de... I really think you're trolling me. Hang on, I 100% think you're trolling me here. 13 jars of mayo, Cinco de Mayo. Okay, hang on. I know you're trolling me, but I'm gonna Google this. Cinco de Cinco de Mayo. No. Whoa. Did the lost cargo on the Titanic lead to the creation of the Cinco de Mayo, a humorous meme about the Titanic's cargo lost in Titanic sinking, leading to some creation of the Cinco de Mayo has been likely taken too literally. So it's a meme. False. Oh, this is a fact check site. Although this item is nothing more than seemingly obvious setup for a grown pun. Okay, that's what I thought. I knew you were trolling me. Inquiries about it from readers since 1997. Most people don't know that back in 1912, Helen mayonnaise was manufactured in England. In fact, the Titanic was carrying 12,000 jars of condiments scheduled for delivery in Veracruz, Mexico, which was first next port of call for the great ship after its stop in New York. Really? I didn't know that. This would have been the largest single shipment of mayonnaise ever delivered to Mexico. But as we know, the great ship did not make it to New York. The ship hit an iceberg and sank. The cargo was forever lost. The people of Mexico were crazy about mayonnaise and were eagerly awaiting its delivery. Oh, so wait, this is the troll. Okay, this is the troll thing. We don't know why jokes tend to produce more inquiries than someone on puns. Oh, okay. I see what it's saying here. Wow. Wow, Kat. Just wow. Wow. So that's actually a running meme. It's actually a running meme. That's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely insane. That's absolutely insane. It's really well laid out too. I mean, I'll give him props for that. That's honestly fairly laid out. That's that's one of those things where you're like, huh, okay. Nice, Cat. Thank you so much for the 50. Super appreciate you. I know you all are up to something every time you do that. Gordon, 10. Thank you so much. It was a joke. Dyslexia is where letters appeared switch. Insomnia is someone who can't sleep. Agnostic is a person who questions the existence of God. I shouldn't have tried it in a super chat. Okay. I just didn't know what you were referring to, Gordon. I did not know how you were joking or what you were. I didn't know what you were doing with that. But okay. Thank you so much for the 10, Gordon. Thank you for clarifying. Chuck, 5. Thank you so much. I'm no conspiracy theorist or anything, but do you think I'm not anything of but do you think there is still water in the Titanic's pool? Yes, there is still water in the Titanic's pool. Can you believe it? I know, crazy, right? Titanic lover 5. Which caused the explosion was a boiler, and also the Great Eastern would make a great video. Thank you so much, Titanic lover. Thank you for the 5. I will definitely research that. Isaac 5. Everyone gangsta style till Sam whips out the giant Titanic model. All right, everybody dancing. Everybody dancing. All right. There you go. There's my giant Titanic model. There you go. All right, you can stop dancing now. I hope nobody's been dancing all this time. I have no clue how long that super chat's been sitting there. There we go. Ah! I've got too much stuff on this table. No, don't do that. I bought a new SSD and I have it. Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you for the 5, Isaac. Alejandro, 10, thank you so much. Hi, Sam, new subscriber. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. I'd love to see a video about the sinking of the USS Indianapolis. This cruiser is quite a story. Her last mission, horrible fate of her crew, and her captain's court-martial. That has been requested before, and that is already on my list, so that is definitely something I will cover in the future. Alejandro. Did I say Alexander? Alejandro. Thank you so much for the 10. I will definitely cover that. Let's see here. Chuck 5. I saw a documentary back in the 1980s called Robert Ballard when he found the famous World War II German ship Bismarck. Was the Bismarck found in the 80s? I thought it was found much later than that. I thought it was a more recent find. I have to research that, Chuck, but I know he found the Bismarck. I didn't know it was in the 80s. I thought it was a lot longer than that. But Chuck, I'll definitely research that. Let's see. We got that one. Oh boy, I can tell. I know that Kat is absolutely laughing her head off right now. Olivia 5. Tupperware is the best artifact recovered from the Titanic. Sure it is, Olivia. Black November 8. Lusitania wireless operator took photos of the sinking, but the film was destroyed in the water. Are you serious? I did not know that. All right, I cannot wait to start the Lusitania series. Thank you so much for the 8, Black November. Ryan 10. Sam, just admit the V break. No. Defies all logic, defies all reason. No. And we can all sleep tonight. The lamp won't. Haha, Ryan. Very funny. Thank you for the 10. Let's see. We got that one. I think we're almost caught up with the super chats. Let's see. Zachary 5. Have you considered getting into scuba diving? I've scuba dived to a few wrecks, and the experience really takes you back to those ships in time. I definitely want to learn to scuba dive. That's one of those things that I've never done, and I've always regretted not doing it. The next chance I get, I'm absolutely going to do it. I love snorkeling. I have not scuba dived, but I cannot wait to do it. And I hope one day to be able to dive Britannic. That's like my ultimate goal. Eventually, I'd like to dive Britannic, but as you know, you can't swim to Titanic. You have to take a sub, but you can swim to Britannic. Let's see here. We got that one. And wow, we're actually getting caught up. Olivia 5. Did you know if you tip a canoe, you can wear it on your head? It's now capsule. Nice, Olivia. Thank you for the 5. Sabrina, how many models does he have? A lot. I have a lot of ship models all throughout my house. If you guys like, I could show them to you at some point. At some time, I can show you. Hey, Sabrina, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. I hope you've enjoyed watching everybody troll me tonight. Let's see here. Listen, that's what's so tough. Some of these puns and some of these jokes and all of that, they're told in a way that can actually trick people, because it's like, that doesn't seem right to me. I don't think that's true. but then you read it a little bit, and then some people can take it and like, oh, well. So I mean, it's crazy how some of these jokes. Kat, I'm gonna get you back for that. I'm gonna get you back for that, Kat. I really am. Listen, I owe you two now. I owe you two now. Got that one. Got that one. Olivia, I got. All right, I owe you some too. Both of you, I got to figure out how to get you all back for all these trolls. Lewis, too. SS Normandy video. Love it. Definitely going to do that eventually, Lewis. Thank you for the 2. JG3, 2. Scatino did the ultimate. So, oh gosh, that man. I tripped and fell in a lifeboat. Yeah, right. Let's see. Aiden, are you a believer of the Californian being awful? The Californian. The only thing I think that the Californian did wrong is that they didn't do enough. You know, they saw something odd and they didn't investigate. You know, if you see something odd, investigate it. Go look into it. You know, that's what I say. If you see something odd, go check it out. You know, get up, wake up, get out of bed, go wake up the wireless guy, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's what the Californian did. They saw something suspicious. They should have went to investigate. Let's see. Cat 5, do you think they could have sent lifeboats over to the Californian, maybe send flares with them? So no, it was too far away, Cat. The Californian. And you also have to remember the weird light anomalies that night from the cold water mirage. So it could easily look like the Californian is there, but then as you try to, like, it's close, but then as you try to get closer to it, it never gets closer due to the weird light anomalies that night. So no, they couldn't have made it to it in a lifeboat. Let's see here. We got that one. Mark 2, you should do a video on the Archie Laro sinking. Archie Laro. All right, Mark, I will be sure to take a look at that when I get a chance. I'll look into that. Olivia 5, I hope you know, just joking with you, I'm a truck driver and I don't talk to very many people. Oh, Olivia, of course. Olivia, I know you and Cold and Kat. Like, I know all of y'all are just having fun. Don't ever think I get mad at your all's jokes or trolls, because here's the thing. There's 2 different types of trolls. There are the people that come into a chat room or a live stream or something, and they're here to cause trouble. They're here to cause trouble. And when I feel those or when I see them coming, I just block them immediately. What you and Cold Night and all you all do, you all have the fun jokes. Like, you know, like I enjoy them. You know, I enjoy the puns. I enjoy trying to figure out if y'all are being serious or not. And Olivia, one of my favorite jokes by you was when you did that candy ship joke. And you were referencing the boat in Willy Wonka, but it actually turned out to be a real ship or a real boat. Like that was hilarious. So your kind of stuff, it's just fun. You know, I mean, do I look angry? Did I look like I ever got angry? So Olivia, you're fine. I super appreciate it. You all help make these live streams so much more fun. So appreciate you. And I didn't know you were a truck driver. That's awesome. And hey, keep up the good work and I hope stay safe out there. It is winter. Titanic Lover 5. I don't know if you know this, but the SS Great Eastern was made by the same creator who created the SS Great Western, SS Great Britain. That makes sense, but like the names sound similar. But Titanic Lover, I know you love that ship, and I will definitely get to it as soon as I can. And if we're all caught up on super chats, we're almost. We need to get to the Q&A. Gom, too, thank you. I feel bad for all these trolls on you. It's all in good fun, Gom. It's just fun. Who cares? It adds a lot of fun to the stream, you know? Hey, Jim. Hey, Jim, I see you. Welcome to the stream. Titanic Lover. Titanic's banned. What a... I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of those kind of jokes, Titanic Lover. That's a little disrespectful in my opinion. I don't like making those kind of jokes. But Titanic Lover, thank you for the 5. Super appreciate you. I know you mean well. I'm not saying anything, but I don't like those kind of jokes. All right. So I think we are finally ready to do the Q&A for tonight. Is everybody ready for the Q&A? And do y'all want to see Rosie too? Hold on a second. I do not have room with this thing here. 1 second. What a cough. All right. So I've got a Q&A. I have a Q&A ready. I've got that ready. And would you all like to see Rosie tonight? Would you all like to see Rose? Oh, there's another 2%. Jack 5, thank you so much. During the age of sails, some first-rate ships had 4 gun decks with as many as 170 plus guns overall. Their size and scale at the time that is insane. And I will definitely need to research some of those ships a little bit more too. 170 plus guns. Holy cow, that's crazy. The big Jack Sparrow have a run for his money. Chuck 5, June 8th, 1989 was the day the Bismarck was found. Just FYI. Thanks, Chuck. I will definitely research that. All right, y'all want to see Rosie? 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. All right, let's see if we can get her attention. Shh. She's not coming. Okay, let's see what's up. Oh, there she is. Oh, there you are. There you are, Rosie. There you are. Rosie got a bath today. Rosie, there you are. There you are. All right, come on. I know what you want. You can have a piece of jerky. All right, all right. Okay. Just 2 seconds. All right, there we go. There. That's for you. All right, Rosie, are you ready? All right, sit for me. Good girl. Okay, can you shake? I don't know if y'all can see. All right, you're tired. Ready? 1, 2. Ah! You missed, Rosie. There you go. All right, Rosie. Sorry I woke you up, baby. All right, okay. And did we get some more super chats while I was... Rosie, you're good. You're good. Whoa. Here come more super chats. Okay, we got that one. Olivia, I am a truck driver. My ship is an 80,000 pound, 65-foot limit, and every once in a while it slits into. Nice, Olivia. Thank you for the 5. And Titanic Lover, so long. See you next live stream. See you, Titanic Lover. Glad you were here. Ryan 5, this is late, but not to mention, I broke you with 300 months ago. Thanks, Ryan. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for all the support. All right, everybody, here we go. It is time for this week's Q&A. Another super chat. Maritime history. Are you okay, my friend? I can feel you going, ah. Let's see here. Everything Julian 10. Thank you so much. Hey Sam, when you do aviation video, can you do the Tariffee airport disaster? And have you gotten my mail? A box and a letter. And one more time, have you subscribed to my channel? I don't. Everything Julian, I've been meaning to check out your channel. Be sure you leave it a comment. Like just post a link to it. Actually, Julian, hang on a second. I don't know if this was this you? Was this you, Julian? Was this you? Was this your package? I picked this up the other day. I don't know if this was you sent me this Titanic model. Was this you, Julian? I'm looking at the live chat. Julian, I'm watching for you. Julian, are you there? Julian, I don't see you, Julian. Okay, I don't know if this is you or not, but I'll keep an eye out for you. But this is the one. This is the one item I've gotten recently. So, Julian too. Okay, yep, I got it. Yes, that's you. All right, yep, I got your package right here. I got your package right here, Julian. So that'll be in my next mail time. Thank you so much for that, by the way. I'm glad I could thank you in person. But yeah, just post a link to your video into the post a link to your channel into the comment section for this video when it gets archived, and I'll be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for the package. Let me see here. We got that one. Cold Night 20. Thank you so much. Did you know there are various assortments of container lids and bowls? In fact, in the 2000 expedition, scientists managed to recover over 38 missing Tupperware lids. Men and women working in the kitchen rejoice. Very nice. Very nice, Kat. Thank you for the 20. Sabrina, pop quiz. Yes, we're getting to it. Everything Julian too. Titanic Lover, another 50. Thanks. Bye and have a good day. And also, you probably don't know, I like the SS Great Easter. Really? I had no idea. Thank you, Titanic Lover. Super appreciate you. All right, let's get to the Q&A. All right, so just in case you all are not familiar with the rules, and basically the way I'm going to... 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. All right, that's better. In case you all are not familiar with the rules, here's what we're going to do. I ask the question, and then do not answer the question until I type go in the chat. And don't worry, I'll disable slow-mo. So as soon as you see a message from me, say go, then you answer. If you answer early, I do not count it. I do not count that. So that's the rule. I know, I see you, Titanic kid. I'll take care of that. So I'm going to say go. I'm going to ring my very stylish bell. And then after that, that's when I go. That's when you answer the question. That is when you answer the question. All right, here we go. I'm disabling slow-mo now. So guys, please do me a favor and no spamming because it's not fair to everybody. All right, slow mode is disabled. And I'm pretty sure I've got a few questions here that may trip you up. All right, Space J, this is my first live stream. Welcome, I'm glad you're here. All right, so let's do an easy question first just to get everybody warmed up. Let me think here. Okay. All right. All of the lights that were on board the SS Atlantic on April 1st, 1873, were these lights electric or were these oil lamps? Does anybody know? And I'm going to do a poll topic here. Let's do this as a poll. This is different. So were the lights on the Atlantic electric? This is a different one. Yes or no? I'm curious. I'm curious what everybody says here. Listen, were the lights on the Atlantic electric? Yes or no? I'm curious because the Atlantic did have electricity. The SS Atlantic did have electricity. So were these lights used for electricity? No. Good job. Good job. You all know it. You all know it. The Atlantic, they were oil lamps, but the Atlantic did have a few electric features. I believe like they had cabin bells, like bells and stuff in the staterooms where passengers could summon like a stewardess or something like that. Good job, guys. Good job. All right, here we go. First question of the night. I need to get some theme music. Dun, 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 something like that. All right. Who was the crewman on the Titanic who saw the iceberg from the Titanic's stern, who described it as a windjammer sailing by? Repeating again. Who was the crewman on the Titanic who saw the iceberg from the Titanic's stern section, who described it as a windjammer sailing by? Ready, set, go. Nope, not yet. Boom, Tony got it. Row, good job. Good job, Row. Yep, Quartermaster Row, good job. Tony is the first one to get it right. Frederick Fleet was in the crow's nest. But yes, Quartermaster Row. Wow, this one's all over the place. A lot of people didn't know this one. Dang on. This one, I thought this one might trip you all up. Yeah, Frederick Fleet was in the crow's nest. But yeah, some of you here got it. Tony, excellent job. Maritime history, where are you? Maritime history, are you slipping, my friend? I don't see you, Maritime. I don't see you. All right, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. All right, this one here, I think you guys will get. When a crewman on board, so when First Officer William Murdoch was on the bridge of the Titanic and he saw the iceberg and yelled, "Hard starboard," the Titanic turned to port because the Titanic was using a different type of command for navigating. So what were the commands called where Officer Lightoller ordered a turn to starboard, but he meant turn to port? What were these commands called? Ready, set, go. I'm waiting. Wolfie got it. Wolfie got it. Tiller commands. Tiller commands. Good job. I saw Maritime for just a second. Oh, man. Good job. Maritime Mister, I saw you, but you were like a second too late. You were a second too late. All right, here we go. Here's the next one. What was the first ship to transmit SOS? What was the very first ship to transmit an SOS signal? Ready, set, go. What was the first ship to transmit? Maritime history, there you are. The RMS Republic. Good job, the RMS Republic. Good job, Maritime history. Good job, good job, good job. Nice job. Oh, there's Sabrina. I see you. Good job, Republic. Oh, man, good job, good job. I see you. All right, here we go. I'm sure you guys will get this one in 2 seconds. What was the U-boat that sunk the Lusitania? What was the U-boat that sunk the Lusitania? Ready, set, go. Nope, not yet. Maritime history again. U20, U20, U20. Man, it's like there's a delay. It's like I'll see one question come in, and then the chat just boom, it just explodes. Man, that's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But yes, U20. Good job, good job, good job. All right. Here, all right. This one, all right. In order to get this question right, because I know a lot of you are going to know this. So if you need to Google the name, I will allow it. So here's what we're going to do. I want to know who was the captain of U20, but I want his full name. In order to get this question right, you have to put the whole name in the chat, not just his last name. So if you need it and copy and paste it and whatever, do it now. But I need the entire name of the captain of U20. Ready, set, go. No, I don't. There's the last name, but I don't have the full name. Boom, there it is. Maritime history got it first. He was already ready. Yeah, there we go. Captain. Let's see. I can't even pronounce it. Coming in Walter Sveiger. Yeah, I can't even pronounce that. But yeah, okay. All right. So you all are going to need to listen to this question pretty carefully. Okay. And if anybody gets this question right, I'm going to be stunned. Okay. So this is a tough one, but it's also kind of disgusting, but kind of funny at the same time. It's pretty bad though. Hang on a second. Olivia 10. You're a old miner. Did you know the piece of the plastic slag was used on the Titanic? It hardened the flag. Very funny, Olivia. Thank you for the 10. So everybody, you have to listen to this question in complete detail because there's a lot of layers to it. Okay. Okay. When operating a U-boat in World War I, Olivia 2, Olivia for moderator. All right. All right. I think you'd be a good moderator. All right, but hang on, Olivia. All right. During the First World War, a U-boat's toilet, so a bathroom, for those of you not in America, bathroom, toilet, the loo, that's what I'm referring to. In the U.S., where you use a toilet, we call it bathrooms in the States. A U-boat toilet in World War I could only be used when a sub was on the surface. If you tried to flush a toilet on a U-boat during the First World War while it was underwater, the contents of the toilet would shoot back into the room due to the pressure differences. Sometimes U-boat crews would not tell new crew members about this one important rule with toilets. And when a crew member fell victim to this problem, there was a term the U-boat crews used to describe it. What was this term? What was the term that these U-boat crews used? Ready, set, go. Pretty bad, right? Maritime history, a U-boat baptism. Holy cow. I cannot believe you all got that. A U-boat baptism. That's exactly right. Holy cow. I thought I had you guys with that one. Let's go. Yeah, it's a U-boat baptism. I cannot believe you all got. I thought I had you. I thought I had you. I really, man, I thought I had you with that one. I really did. I really did. I'm listening to the audiobook of Dead Wake again, and the book about the Lusitania, and I'm at the chapter where they talk about that. So that's what put the idea in my head. All right, we got two more questions. Why was the Titanic listing to port before the iceberg impact? Why was the Titanic listing to port before the iceberg impact? Ready, set, go. Why was the Titanic listing to port before the coal fire? You got it. Wait, Richard, I saw you. I didn't see the last name, but Richard got it first, the coal fire. Absolutely, because they moved the coal from the coal fire. Good job, Richard. Good job. All right, and my last question on here that I typed out. During the sinking of the Titanic, what order did Lightoller give in order to help with the lowering of the lifeboats? However, due to an oversight, this order allowed more water to get into the Titanic during the sinking and greatly contributed to the Titanic's port list later in the sinking. What was Lightoller's order, and how did this affect the Titanic? Ready? Or what was it that affected the Titanic in this way? Ready, set, Go! Maritime Maritime history. Man, you guys got to listen. Maritime history is destroying everybody. Man. Maritime history, you are too fast, my friend. I know what you're doing. You were sitting there and you're typing and you're like, okay, as soon as he says it, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Benjamin, he answered before the bell. Well, I go more by go in the chat because the thing is, when I ask a question, there's about a 5 to 10 second delay from when I ask a question or when I say something to when the chat responds. So even though you hear the bell, go by when you see go because that's easier for me to track the actual live response. All right, let me see. I can do one more question for tonight. Let's do one more, something I can think of real quick. Actually, I know. Hold on a second. This will be a tough one, but I have an idea. I got to Google it, though, because I don't even know it. If you guys get this, I'll be super impressed. Here we go. Who was... All right. Who was the last captain of the Queen Mary before she was retired? Who was the last captain of the Queen Mary before the ship retired? Ready, set, go. Who was the last captain of the Queen Mary before the ship retired? Let's see here. Captain John. John, I was looking for, let's see, John Treasure Jones, Silent Storm. I see that here. Captain John Treasure Jones. Good job. A lot of you guys got that one. Good job. Good job, guys. Good job. And I think we did just get another super chat. Hang on a second. Josh, 5, thank you so much. How accurate is the show Blood and Steel to Titanic? Believe it or not, Josh, I have never watched it. I have absolutely never watched that show. I've heard I need to, but I've heard that it's partially accurate, but not really, but I haven't seen it. So I cannot tell you one way or another, but that's definitely something I'm going to have to watch in the future. All right, everybody. Well, hey, I think this is a good place to wrap up the live stream for tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This was an incredible live stream. The chat was so active tonight. Everybody did super chats. Thank you all so much for that. Thank you all for a great Q&A. And Olivia and Kat, your trolls were awesome. Good job for that. Y'all did trick me a few times. I'm going to give you props for that one. Anyway, guys, next week, the live stream will be its normal time, Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, and 8 and 5, Night to Remember or Titanic. I like them both for different reasons. They're both good movies. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here. Super appreciate you. And thank you all so much for everything you do. You all are awesome. And thank you for the support. All right, everybody. Well, hey, you all stay safe out there. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good evening, everybody. And thank you all so much for all the support.